Hello everyone, Mr. Geislart here, and today we're going to talk about combinations. A combination is a group of something where order is not important. We also think of it in terms of sets, collections, selections, teams, choosing, committee, mixtures, assortments, batches, containers, delegates, hands of cards, squads, bunches, clusters, assortments, packs, carpools, bands, pairings, bags, and bundles. So let's take a look at this example. Let's say we have 4 letters, A, B, C, and D. How many different groups of 2 letters can you make? So if you write them all out by hand, you'll see that you can make 6 different groups. Now, this may seem a lot like permutations, but the difference between a combination and permutation are that in a permutation, AB means something different than BA. In a combination, AB and BA are considered to be the same thing. If we wanted to use factorials to find the permutation, we would take the total number of items, factorial, divided by the ones that are not getting used, factorial. To do combinations, it's a little bit different. In this case, we have to do the total number on top, just like permutations factorial, over the number of them not getting placed, and then we have to do that by factorial of the number of items in the group. In this case, there's 2 items in the group, so that's 2 factorial. Now, I'm never going to ask you to do that. You can just use the formula C4C2 to find that answer. But basically, it just means that we are not counting AB different from BA. So here's another example. Given the letters A, E, I, O, and U, how many groups of 4 letters can you make? So enter in your calculator the same way you do for permutation, except choose the NCR button instead of the NPR button. So go ahead and pause the video for a second and see if you can come up with the answer. So when you do 6C4, you should end up with 15. So here's another example. Let's say we use all the letters, 26 letters. How many groups of 5 can you make? So again, you take the total and put that first, which is going to be 26. And then we have C for combination, and then you want to do 5 because that's how big is in your group. And when you do that, if you put it in your calculator, why don't you pause now and see if you can figure that out. And when you do that, you're going to end up with 65780, so 65,780. So again, it's the same thing as doing a permutation in your calculator, just choose the one with the C rather than the P. So go ahead and pause the video again and see if you can do these. Try them out and see what you can do. I'm going to go through and do them now, and then check your answers with mine. Number 1, an ice cream shop offers 31 flavors to mix into a malt. How many different mixtures of 3 flavors can someone order? So again, that's just going to be 31C3, which equals 4,495. Next, number 2, there are 36 students in a class. There are 8 students that can fit in the front row of a classroom. How many different sets of 8 students can there be in the front row? So in this case, we have 36, and we want to choose a group of 8 of them. When you put that into your calculator, you should end up with a number like this. So 30,260,340. Number 3, the sophomore class has about 416 students. 3 students are going to be selected to serve as representatives. How many different committees could there be selected? So in this case, 416, and I want to choose 3 of them, and that gives me this number here, which is 11,912,160. Okay, just kind of to sum up, permutation is when order is important or you're assigning a specific role. We use the P. If all of the items are getting placed, you can just do whatever that number is, however many items there are, factorial, and it will give you the same answer as if you use the same number for N and R. So when you're using the P or the C, the total number of items that you're choosing from always goes first. The order size, now I'm using the word order because order is important. Remember, something like AB is different from BA goes second. And here we say the group size because the group implies that the order doesn't matter. In other words, if I said A, B, and BA, those would both be the same groups of letters.